Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome live inside Al Roker Studio for the fastest moving 30 minutes in sports, Sports Talk. I'm Jacob Bradley and I'm joined by Kyle Spizak to my left, Garrett Chan to my right, and boys, we're making history tonight with the first ever edition of Sports Talk, so I gotta ask you, how are we doing on this fine Tuesday evening? I'm gonna start with you, Garrett.
Are we excited to get the show on the road? I mean, come up here in front of the cameras, on TV, talking sports. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? Remember, there's no, man, I'm super excited. I can't even get the words out.
Oh, man. I'm going to hope you kept the same energy, Kyle. How are you doing today?
I'm having a great Tuesday. It was a great weekend of sports. And the only downfall I have is that you both hate the Yankees and you're sitting at this table with me.
What can I do? I mean, what can I do? I like the teams that are respectable. I don't need 27 rings. I just enjoy it. But we'll get to that.
I like the teams that are great.
So, all right. Okay.
LGM, baby. LGM.
All right. Mr. Big Shot over here. All I know is since we've been born, how many World Series we got?
1.
I'm talking about the Red Sox, buddy.
2.
3.
Since I've been born, I believe we've got 4. But either way, I got to say, it's to get real, it's a bit odd seeing your guys' actual faces. I mean, granted,
never seen you guys' faces
never
before.
seen our faces before, so
Not
it's incredible, man. I mean, if I do say so myself, a couple handsome boys I'm sat at this table with right now.
Absolutely.
Some dapper-looking fellas up here.
What can I say? I mean, but hey, I can't wait to talk about sports. I don't know about you guys, Garrett. I can't wait. How are you feeling?
Oh, man. Sports. If you guys just want to come up here to join us, talk about sports, I mean, go ahead. We'll discuss MLB, we'll talk NBA, we'll do all that. All right.
Jacob, I have one question for you. What exactly is Sports Talk?
Well, Kyle, I'm glad you asked because not only is it your new favorite show, but it is your personal hotspot for all things sports. You want playoffs? You got playoffs. You want NFL? I'll give you 2. Basically, you think sports, we got you covered. Now, speaking of playoffs, let's kick it over to Garrett.
Thanks, Jacob. Playoff baseball continues tonight as 6 teams remain in their quest to bring home the Commissioner's Trophy. Let's take a look at the postseason bracket. On the American League side, both the Red Sox and Astros have cemented themselves a spot in the championship series. Fresh off their walk-off win last night, the Red Sox pulled off a huge upset this postseason by eliminating the number 1 seed Tampa Bay Rays, who won 100 games during the regular season. As for the Houston Astros, they defeated the White Sox earlier today 10-1 and looked to silence many of their haters. Wow, look at that bracket.
Yeah.
I mean, the American League Championship Series starts this Friday in what should be an intriguing matchup. Gentlemen, what can we expect from both teams, and who do you think will win in this best-of-7 series?
I mean, I got to say, as I said earlier, as we kind of alluded to, can't go wrong with the Red Sox. Hottest team in baseball, fresh off a win over the Rays. What can I say? Is it the pitching? Maybe. Is it the hitting? Maybe. I give you 2 words, Kike Hernandez. What do you got to say about that?
How can you trust them? Look, the last 2 weeks leading up to it, they lost. They got swept by Yankees, and then they go and drop 2 against the Orioles. They're a hot and cold team. They get hot, and then they get cold. When do you know they're going to get cold? And quite frankly, I don't even think they should be there. After that ground rule double last night, I don't think that they should be in this game right now. I feel like they should have another game.
So you, sir, you're going with the Houston Astros?
I do believe the Houston Astros are the better team. They are faster, they are better hitters, and they know how to hit in the gaps better.
So let me take you back. You want to talk controversy and then sit there and talk about the Houston Astros? You serious, Kyle?
I don't know what you're talking about. I am not Jose Altuve at all whatsoever.
All I've got to say is controversy and Houston Astros, they would be considered synonyms. Pretty much. You want to talk about the Red Sox not deserving to be in there. Look at the Astros, what they've had to do over the years to just even make the playoffs. 5 straight championship series. How many of those are actually not tainted?
Well, according to the MLB, none, because they still have their 2017 title, so.
Yeah, but put a little asterisk next to that.
Yeah,
put a little asterisk next to that.
We call them the Houston Asterisks, you know? Bang, bang, we got the buzzers, you know? I know when a fastball coming, I could sway on the off-speed pitches. I could do whatever I want. Frankly, I could make a flip an egg right now and then, I hear it. 2 bangs, fastball, home run, baby.
Hey, but I still have to say, I gotta pick the Red Sox. They're the hottest team. Great pitching. I do think it's going to be a great series. I think we're going to go deep into the series, but I got to take the Red Sox. I'm going to say in 6.
I think the Astros will do it based off just what they did with the White Sox. I think the Astros do it in 5. They have their lowest run scored against the White Sox in the series was 6. Their lowest scoring game was 6 runs. They won 10-1 today, but they did lose 6-12 the other day, but they just beat 10-1 to advance, and I do not trust the Red Sox. I feel like they will get cold and they will lose this series.
You're talking about a lot about the past. I'm looking into the future. This team's what we're looking for.
All right, that does it for the American League. As for the National League, the Brewers and Braves just wrapped up Game 4, and the Braves will be moving on to the Championship Series, where they will play the winner of the Giants and Dodgers. This will be 2 consecutive years that the Braves will be playing in the National League Championship Series, where they lost to the Dodgers after leading the series 3-1. As for Game 4 of the Giants and Dodgers series, that game is underway with San Francisco looking to dethrone the defending champs. And I gotta say, guys, you're talking about a Dodgers team. Without Max Muncy, their offense is cold.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's going to be a good series. It's live right now, but make sure you stick here.
Yep. That does it for our coverage of the MLB in the postseason. Let's talk about the NFL. Don't go away. We'll catch you on the other side of the break after this.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Here at WTOP, we pride ourselves on delivering you all the news you need to know from the day's events.
Whether it's happened on Capitol Hill or right here in Oswego,
We make sure you know all about it. We keep you up to date on all your favorite
Oswego and professional sports.
And our Storm Team 10 meteorologist will make sure that you know exactly what weather you're up against when you start your day.
Every Monday through Thursday night, make sure to tune in to Channel 10.2, because at WTOP, we don't just tell you the news.
We are
the news.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
And welcome back to Sports Talk inside the WTOP 10 studio. Moving from the MLB postseason, we head over to NFL, where there was plenty of action during Week 5. We're going to start off with the Green Bay Packers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. As you can see here, this is the greatest kicking performance in all of football. Just kidding. They missed 5 field goals. 5 field goals in a row in this game. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
I mean, I don't know. Of course, this is their job and they're getting paid to do it. But let's cut them some slack. I mean, it's a hard job. Have you ever tried to kick a football?
Yeah.
How have you done?
I've done it good enough to the point where if I was getting paid millions of dollars, I could probably make more than missing 5 in a row.
You see these. Oh, look at the Bengals. They were celebrating with that kick. They thought they won, but look, that's far off. But look at Mason Crosby now. How about that?
Yeah, these are traditionally good kickers, but.
And the Green Bay Packers go on to win that game, 25-22. We are going to move on to the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And guys, Patrick Mahomes, for the first time, we have seen real struggle, and the Chiefs in general. Should we be worried about the Chiefs?
Well, look, it was just that one game. The Bills pulled a playbook out of the Buccaneers' during the Super Bowl. 2 deep safeties. You guard Tyreek Hill. Let's change it up. Let's get Travis Kelce. So you see, I'm not concerned because you know what? Well, actually, I am concerned. Holy cow. I just realized it. Oh, my God, the defense was horrible. I mean, shoddy defense. You're talking about, one guy open and another guy open. Josh Allen was like, what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to talk about the Bills because I personally, is this team like legit a Super Bowl contender? Like, can Buffalo get excited?
It is to the point right now where I consider the Buffalo Bills the best team in the AFC.
I'd even go you one further and say possibly the NFL. I mean, we look at this game alone. This is a Kansas City Chiefs team that is arguably right in there with the conversation, despite their record as one of the best teams. They have one of the best talents in Patrick Mahomes, an absolutely outstanding receiving core. But this Bills team, we're seeing an MVP-like Josh Allen take the field. And how about the tight end, Dawson Knox? Where's he come from? He's arguably put himself right into the top 5 just in this season alone in NFL tight ends.
Yeah, speaking of Dawson Knox, last night Dawson Knox had 3 receptions for 117 yards, 39-yard average, and a touchdown to help the Bills secure the win. Moving on, we go to Monday Night Football, the Colts versus the Ravens. The Ravens beat the Colts 31-25. Carson Wentz had an amazing game, going 25 for 35, 402 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Guys, is Carson Wentz back?
Did he ever really leave, though? Like, that's the question. Sometimes all it takes with these guys that were MVP caliber players, like Carson Wentz was, maybe 4 years ago, it just takes a little change in scenery. He went into an already playoff-ready team in the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, they dragged Phillip Rivers, 40-year-old, all the way to almost a playoff spot. Now you put in somebody like Carson Wentz, who has shown in the past that he is somebody that can win at a professional level. You throw him now into this Colts mix and a team that's ready. We're seeing Jonathan Taylor come out as just a monster, both receiving and rushing. But I don't think Carson Wentz ever left. I think this is just a new iteration of Carson Wentz.
What are your opinions on it, Garrett?
Well, Carson Wentz, obviously, he was with the Eagles, and I think there's a chip on his shoulder. He needs to prove something else, and I think Indianapolis is the perfect place to do it. I mean, he did watch Nick Foles beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I mean, Nick Foles has captured the Philadelphia spotlight, and Wentz, you're going to get those feelings of rejection. You're going to feel like everyone in Philadelphia forgot you, but now he's with the Colts. And look, first game back, he played really well. But I also want to talk about, crap. What was I gonna think? Colts. Sorry guys, I'm blanking right now.
Right. You're good. I'll take it over for you. The Chiefs, to go back to them and how they're kind of almost falling apart at the seams. Do you guys think there's anything that they can do about it? I mean, we're still early days into the season, but what can they do to change things?
I don't think it's necessarily that the Chiefs are falling apart. I think the other teams are finding out how to beat the Chiefs and how to beat Patrick Mahomes. We see the Bills. The Chiefs defense, they are a very grabby defense. They like to hold a lot of the receivers, and they get away with a lot of borderline pass interference calls. So what do the Bills come out and do? They come out and they match that same exact intensity. Travis Kelce, not his best game. Tyreek Hill didn't have many receptions. And after that, who else do you really have? They don't have any other route runners.
That does it for Week 5 of the NFL. We'll move on to college football and the much-anticipated Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight number 3. We'll see you right after this.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Our son Arjun was born with cystic fibrosis. CF is a genetic disease that shortens lives. When the foundation was founded in 1955, children with CF rarely lived long enough to attend kindergarten. Today, thanks to the foundation's groundbreaking research, advocacy, and care, some people with CF are attending college, getting married, and starting families. We've made amazing progress, but until a cure is found for all people with CF, we will not stop. Help us add tomorrows. Visit cff.org today.
Is there a danger hiding in your home? Unused opioid medicines could harm your family. Find your unused opioid pills, patches, or syrups and learn how to dispose of them safely at fda.gov/drug disposal.
Welcome back to Sports Talk. We're going to move it right on to a segment that we like to call Kicking It with Kyle. And Kyle, I hear there are a few things on your mind about the past weekend's college football games.
A lot of action went down this weekend with some massive power matchup and rivalry games. First, we go to the Texas State Fair, where Texas faced off with Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. And Caleb Williams throws 15 for 211, 2 touchdowns. And this is coming after Spencer Rattler is benched and leaves the game. What are your opinions on Spencer Rattler, who was the Heisman frontrunner for the beginning of the season, being benched and then leaving the game?
I mean, what can you say? This guy, he came in here with all this hype as, you know, one of the top quarterback recruits heading into college, and now here he is, and he's playing with the big boys, and quite frankly, he isn't cutting it. And that's what happens in college football. You can have all the hype in the world, but if you aren't performing the way that you need to perform, it's on to the next guy. It is a never-ending wheel, a never-ending cycle of just new players and new players, especially with these big programs like Oklahoma. They never stop. We just see somebody like Spencer Rattler. He came in, he got his opportunity. They're looking to win now. There's no rebuilding. He needs to get out. We're getting a new guy in. And then did you see it? The disrespect? He leaves the game. Doesn't even celebrate with his team. I mean, come on. What do you think, Garrett?
I mean, if I had to put it into an image,
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
You're talking about so much promise. And if you can't handle college football and you think you could play in the NFL,
yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to our second game, where Texas A&M hosted number 1 ranked Alabama. And everybody, we have an upset alert as Jimbo Fisher becomes the first assistant of Nick Saban to beat Nick Saban. How big of a deal is this, guys? Nick Saban is now 24-1 against his former assistants.
Well, I mean, sound the alarms. It seems like, you know, is there a flood coming? Something. Like, now the world's going to end. Nick Saban finally loses one game. I'm over-exaggerating, by the way. The world's fine. But Nick Saban, you know, it's a nice little mark for somebody like Jimbo Fisher, but it's Alabama football. They'll be right back in there. One loss, in the end, really isn't going to hurt them. They'll be right back into that college football. Final Four, most likely. But hey, it's a nice little mark, especially for somebody like Jimbo Fisher, somebody that I don't want to say fell off, but had Florida State at a dynasty. Now he's moving on to another one. He's starting to build Texas A&M back into a dynasty. You know, I think good for Jimbo. That's all I really got to say. Good for Jimbo.
You know, Nick Saban's going to continue to making those Aflac commercials, that's for sure. I mean, it's just one loss, come on. But, you know, you learn from your teachers, and sometimes it's always good to have that little revenge, or even be your own master. It's a common theme in sports, and boy, do we love that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, but what are you going to do? Nick Saban, you'll bounce back. Keep it in.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Seth Small, who was the one that hit the game-winning field goal against Alabama to put A&M up 41-38. Moving on, we are moving to our last stop in Iowa City, as the number 3 Iowa Hawkeyes hosted the number 4 Penn State, and this was a real thriller of a game. Sean Clifford leaves in the second half injured, and he is now suspected to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. How does this impact Penn State's season going forward?
I mean, with one of these teams that's right there on the edge, number 4, It's tough. I mean, I mentioned Alabama. They'll always be right back at it. They're the number 1 team in the nation. They can afford a loss at this stage of the season. Penn State's a team really couldn't afford the loss. They played hard. That Iowa team is a very good football team. Let's not get it wrong.
Yeah,
but
Penn State and Iowa are ranked the 2nd and 3rd scoring defenses in the nation.
Exactly. My point proven. But it's going to be really tough for Penn State to bounce back with that loss against Iowa. And there's a good chance that Iowa might even they might even play Penn State in one of the bowls leading up to the championship, and already Penn State's down 0-1.
What do you think, Garrett?
Well, Jacob, you know what? You have a word to speak right now.
I do, because I'm gonna cut you off right there. We're gonna move on to our final sports topic for the episode. Saturday marked the conclusion of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury's epic trilogy. The fight was amazing, and both fighters were going down at several points. But it was Fury who landed the crushing blow that ensured his victory and retained his WBC heavyweight title. Guys, I want to ask initially, what were your thoughts on that fight Saturday night?
You want to go first, Garrett?
Oh, of course.
Floor's open to you.
I mean, that fight was amazing. I mean, it doesn't. I watched it on YouTube, but you know what? Let's keep that. Let's keep that on the down low. But I mean, what we saw of Tyson Fury, he is just massive, and he lands such crushing blows. I mean, even though he got hit twice in the 4th round, got knocked down, and there's no stars flowing around his head, and there's that little cartoon ding. But he got right back up, and you know what? I don't know what Deontay Wilder was doing. He gained 20 pounds, sized up Tyson Fury, and you could tell by the 2nd round, he was exhausted. He was breathing out of his mouth, and you know what? You can't beat a guy at his own game. That didn't work for him.
Bringing it back to what you said with how Fury is just able to take hit after hit. We saw this in Wilder Fury 2 when Wilder knocks Fury out, and then before the 10 count, on 8 seconds after being cold out, Fury stands up and continues the rest of the fight. It shows his determination. It shows that he has the heart of a champion. And quite honestly, he had more strikes throughout the night, and I think he's building a case. Not there yet, but I think he's building a case to be one of the heavyweight greats, and he still had stuff to go in the tank. He could have went longer than the 11 rounds when he knocked out Wilder, because after the fight, he was found in a club at Steve Aoki, with Steve Aoki in a club partying after an 11-round boxing match.
That guy's built different.
Yeah,
the Gypsy King is built different.
I mean, he really is. But hey, let's give a little bit of credit to Deontay Wilder,
Yes.
right? He's been an amazing fighter in his career. All but one of his wins have been knockouts, and he's got 2 losses. Really, 1 blemish when you think about it. Just Tyson Fury. It's going to be tough for him to come back because of that heavyweight. Because he's got that heavyweight title. It's going to be hard for him to get back. But hey, I hope there's a 4th one. I don't know about you guys. But either way, let's move on here, because coming right up here on Sports Talk, we want you to put on your thinking caps at home. And maybe even a helmet. Sports trivia with a physical twist is coming up right after the break. You better stick around.
I'm a lot more confident and a lot more sure of my abilities.
At Oswego is where I really found myself and became the person I am. You work hard and you play hard. I love the environment of SUNY Oswego.
Made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of Kyle's Super Cool Sports Trivia Show. I'm your host, Kyle J. Spizak. I will be testing our contestants' knowledge of sports. To the left of me, I have Jacob Bradley, and to the right, I have Garrett Chan. And I also have my little friend, the Stick of Truth. So, fellas, let's not waste any time.
I'm ready.
Question number 1. What is the national sport of Canada?
Do we have to buzz it in? I'm going to buzz in.
Buzz in.
Hockey. It's got to be hockey.
Wrong. Garrett?
Time limit. It's got to be
football.
time limit.
Football? I don't know.
It's not football.
Lacrosse.
Oh, what?
All right.
It's too cold for
Is lacrosse a sport?
Yes.
Yeah.
Question number 2.
I never watched it.
What 3 races must be won to win the
I know this
Triple
one. I got
Crown?
it. Okay. So I believe it is the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and oh no, I'm blank. Is it the No, give it a second. Is it the Governor's Cup? Or did I just okay.
Garrett.
Man.
The first 2 answers and the Belmont Stakes.
Correct.
Okay.
Garrett leads.
Oh,
One
okay. Who
to
even watches
nothing.
horse racing? Come on. We're the fastest 30 minutes, not the Kentucky Derby.
Number 3. Who has more career dunks? LeBron James or Shaquille O'Neal?
It's got to be Shaq.
You are correct.
Oh, I was going for strategy there. I was trying to let Garrett get the wrong answer, so then I could buzz in immediately and get the right answer. But you know,
yeah, it's a 50-50
whatever,
chance.
Garrett.
All right. Garrett leads 2-0. Number 4. Where are the Winter Olympics being held this February?
I'm going to play the waiting game on this one.
No, I'm going to play a waiting game.
I want you.
Fellas, one of you is going to have to, or else
I'm not
you
taking
both.
that again. I've taken it 3 times. I want you.
both.
Go ahead. Give a guess. Give a guess.
Beijing.
Correct.
What?
Yes!
How?
The mind games, baby!
So you knew this whole time, and you just were going to sit there and let
yeah.
me wait.
Yeah, man. Strategy.
And I love the Olympics too, but I guess not enough. Whatever.
All right.
This is what a dumb idea.
Garrett has already clinched the win, but for the heck of it,
This is for dignity.
we're going to go with our 5th question. What former baseball team what former team became the Washington Nationals? Jacob.
The Montreal Expos.
Correct.
Let me do the honors. Let me hit Garrett.
No. I won the game. Come on, man. I won the game,
that
though.
was so
All right,
unathletic. I played
I
sports
won
in
the
high school, I
game.
promise.
Garrett, you as
I
our winner
promise.
win the grand prize of a singular dollar because I'm a broke college student.
Oh, yeah, we all know that feeling. I might get
There you go.
M&M's.
Congrats. And Jacob,
take me out for a nice
you
nice
get
lunch.
your punishment.
Oh, yeah.
now.
Okay, well you got to lean into this one because hold on, give me a minute. Let me prep up. Let me get my head straight here before you. Okay. Well, that was all you
Thank
got. Hold on.
you
That was
for
all you got?
joining.
That was all you got?
Yep, that's all. Oh, you want it harder?
I mean, okay, yeah. Give me. Hold on. Give me 2 more as hard as you can because I don't believe you.
All
I
right.
hope that made as good enough a sound on the microphone as it did in my ears because it absolutely was crazy. That dollar,
Looking
man.
real crisp.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with that dollar, Garrett?
Oh, I just said go to a vending machine. I mean,
Vending machine.
The vending machine is gonna be more than $1. And what exactly are you gonna get from the vending machine?
bag of chips.
I like your
What
answer.
type of bag of chips? I want to get more into this.
We need an in-depth analysis.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna get a nice bag of Lay's filled with air, because the things you open the bag and next thing you know there's like freaking crumbs
everywhere.
Yeah. I'm gonna sneak in late at night and I'm gonna take one singular chip and I'm gonna see if you notice.
Yeah, he's not gonna get through there.
Do you want a whack?
Yeah, I whacked you. Why don't you go ahead and give me a whack?
You get a whack. Take a full-on whack.
All right, you're gonna have to reach me. I'm not moving.
Actually, I need a garbage can. I need someone to bang on something right now because I need to know what's coming.
Curveball! Oh, homer! And the bat flip. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into Kyle's Super Cool Sports Trivia Show, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.